Cigarette smoke curled above us, roses dying in the sink. You were standing by the record player, lost somewhere inside your thoughts. The room glowed soft in crimson light, while jazz drifted through the dark. And honestly, the sadness in your eyes still breaks my heart. Cigarette smoke and roses still haunt this lonely room. Every faded little memory still smells like you. Though the flowers slowly died, your love somehow survived. Cigarette smoke and roses still bloom tonight. You told me love was fragile, like glass left in the rain, beautiful until the moment everything begins to change. Then you kissed me very slowly, like goodbye already lived. And suddenly the silence felt too heavy to forgive. Some heartbreaks arrive softly, without anger or blame. Just two people watching love slip away. Cigarette smoke and roses still linger in the air, like a beautiful disaster, still waiting there. You arrived like unexpected winter in the middle of July, calm and quiet like soft snowfall falling from a summer sky. I had almost stopped believing love could still appear somehow. Then you smiled across the doorway, and the whole world changed right then. Snowfall in July, impossible but real. That's exactly how your love made my broken heart feel. Soft and sudden from above, gentle as a dream. Snowfall in July still melts inside me. We spent hours talking softly till the city fell asleep, sharing stories about old heartbreaks and scars buried deep. You touched my hand so carefully, like you feared I might break, but somehow your quiet kindness brought my soul awake. Sometimes miracles arrive when you least expect to find a little warmth inside the cold, a little light at night. Snowfall in July still drifts across my mind, of all the strange, beautiful things. Loving you was mine. Yellow taxi through the city, rainy windows glowing gold. You were leaning on my shoulder while the radio hummed low. Traffic lights reflected softly on your tired, sleepy eyes, and honestly I wished forever could fit inside that ride. Taxi ride to midnight, you and me beneath the lights, watching all the city blur as the world disappeared. No destination mattered then, as long as you held my hand. Taxi ride to midnight still drives through my mind. You drew hearts upon the window with your fingers in the fog. Then you smiled and whispered softly, promise we won't lose this love. I laughed quietly and answered like young hearts always do, never knowing life could change as quickly as it moved. Some journeys end too soon, some roads stay with you, like that old rainy taxi ride still carrying me to you. Taxi ride to midnight still glows inside my chest, of all the places I have been. That ride was the best. Tiny motel near the desert, neon glowing through the heat. You were dancing in the hallway, barefoot to an old backbeat. Dusty air and faded curtains, cheap red wine beside the sink. But somehow inside that moment, life felt softer than I think. Hotel California nights still burning in my mind, where your eyes looked wild and free under midnight signs. Every cigarette and kiss still lingers in the dark. Hotel California nights. talked about escaping from the cities and routines, driving nowhere through the mountains, chasing unfinished dreams. I remember how you smiled with tired sadness in your eyes, like someone learning slowly how to survive. Some places become memories, some memories become ghosts, and some ghosts never leave. Hotel California nights still echo through my soul like neon through the darkness, beautiful and cold. Champagne glasses on the counter, lipstick stains along the rim. You were crying in the bathroom, trying hard not to give in. I knocked softly on the doorway, asked if you were doing fine. Then you laughed through all the sadness and poured another glass of wine. Champagne after heartbreak tastes bitter on the tongue, but somehow through the sadness, healing slowly comes. Every tear and every laugh still carried pieces of us. Champagne after heartbreak still sparkles in the dark. We dance slowly in the kitchen to an old forgotten song. Two exhausted, broken people trying hard to move along. Then you looked at me and whispered, maybe pain will someday fade. And honestly, I think that moment was the first step toward okay. Sometimes healing isn't pretty, sometimes it arrives in waves, but even shattered hearts can change. Champagne after heartbreak still glimmers in my mind, like proof that even sadness can leave beauty behind. memories of your presence, hidden softly through it all. Rain keeps tapping at the window while the apartment stays awake, and every little thing tonight still carries your shade. Lavender perfume tonight, still floating through my mind, like a ghost of something gentle I can't leave behind. Every breath still takes me back to your sleepy morning smile. Lavender perfume still stays a while. I remember how you laughed when I wore your coat by mistake, then kissed me in the hallway like the movies we both loved. Outside winter filled the city, but your hand stayed warm in mine, and honestly no expensive thing could ever shine that bright. Funny how a simple scent can unlock forgotten years, like opening a hidden door inside your heart. Lavender perfume tonight still drifts through every room, like your love refusing softly to completely disappear. The party lights were fading, people slowly saying goodbye, but you pulled me toward the garden. Beneath the quiet midnight sky, no music left was playing, only crickets in the dark. Yet somehow our footsteps made a rhythm in my heart. One more slow dance tonight before the morning steals the light. Hold me like the world might end, and time won't come again. Every breath and every glance feels too beautiful to lose. One more slow dance with you. You rested softly on my shoulder while the cold breeze touched the trees, and for one brief perfect moment, life became incredibly sweet. Then you whispered very softly, promise you'll remember this. I didn't know that year. the dark inside your heart. One more slow dance tonight still lingers in my life, like the last scene of a movie. I replay every night. Your letter smelled like pine wood and cigarettes in the rain, folded softly in my dresser, like fragile little flames. You wrote about the mountains and tiny roadside bars, about missing me at midnight beneath unfamiliar stars. Pinewood letters still scattered through my room. Every sentence carries pieces of a love that disappeared too soon. Though the ink begins to fade, your voice still lingers there. Pinewood letters still keep me company. One said you were thinking of me while snow-covered Tennessee. Another simply read, I hope you still dream of me. Funny how a few small pages can completely wreck your heart, like little paper time machines tearing you apart. Some people leave behind memories, others leave behind entire worlds. Pinewood letters still whisper after dark, like old folk songs, broken but beautiful. Tiny downtown disco lights shimmered through the smoky room. You were dancing with your eyes closed, like sadness couldn't reach you. Silver earrings catching neon, hair spinning through the dark. And honestly, the whole damn room stopped when you moved your heart. Dancing queen tonight, you made broken people smile. Every lonely soul around you forgot their pain a while. Even now when midnight comes, I still see you in those eyes. dancing queen tonight. You pulled me toward the dance floor, though I said I couldn't dance, and laughed so hard beside me that I finally took the chance. Outside winter froze the city, but inside we felt alive, like music and cheap disco lights could somehow save our lives. Some people glow naturally without even trying. Dancing queen tonight, still spinning in my mind, like glitter in the darkness, impossible to hide. The mountains looked much older, covered softly in the snow. You asked me if love changes as the years begin to grow. I didn't know the answer back when we were 23, still trying to understand who we were supposed to be. Like a landslide through the heart, some things fall apart, not because we stopped loving, but because life pulled too hard. Still every broken piece carries traces of your touch, like a landslide through my soul. We built dreams beside the fireplace, talking quietly till dawn, never knowing time could steal what once felt so strong. Now your old coat hangs forgotten in the backseat of my car, and honestly some mornings healing feels too far. Growing older means learning not everything survives. Like a landslide through the heart, you change the shape of mine. Even after all this time, tiny diner near the highway, open long past midnight hours. Neon signs against the rainfall, coffee scent and tired hearts. You sat spinning sugar slowly inside your empty cup, while old country songs kept playing low enough for us to talk. Diner open all night, where your eyes first met mine, between sleepy waitresses and flickering lights. Every little memory there still glows beyond compare. Diner open all night, still feels alive. We shared fries and awkward stories like strangers trying not to break. You laughed softly at my shyness, and suddenly I felt safe. Truckers wandered in and out while the rain rolled down the glass. But somehow inside that little booth, time stopped moving fast. Maybe love begins quietly, not fireworks or grand designs, just two lonely souls talking after midnight. Diner open all night, still echoes through my chest of all the places I have known. That booth was the best. You arrived without warning, like spring after endless rain. Suddenly the world felt lighter, just hearing you say my name. You knew every hidden crack inside my restless heart, and somehow with your quiet kindness, you stitched the pieces back. Maybe you were my wonder wall, the one I leaned on through it all. Every lonely midnight drive, every time I wanted to fall, you held me steady through the storms, like a light beyond the dark. Maybe you were my wonder wall from the start. We stayed awake till sunrise, talking underneath the sheets, sharing every fear and secret, like fragile honesty. You traced circles on my shoulder while the city slept outside. And honestly, I never thought love could feel this alive. Some people enter quietly, but change your entire life. Maybe you were my wonder wall, even if we didn't last. Some love stay forever, long after they pass. There's a cedar house beside the river, where your shadow still remains. Curtains dancing in the evening, like they're calling out your name. Old boots resting by the doorway, coffee stains upon the sink, and every tiny little detail still pulls me back to you. Cedar house remembers things my heart can't say aloud, like the way you held me softly when the storms rolled into town. Even now the floorboards creak like your footsteps after dark. Cedar house remembers more than my heart. I drove past there last October. Leaves were burning copper gold. Someone painted all the windows, but the loneliness still showed. I almost stopped beside the mailbox just to see if ghosts were real, because part of me still swears you're waiting there for me. Some places never heal, they simply learn to wake quietly. Cedar house remembers even after all these years, like a story trapped forever inside weathered wood and tears. Old apartment 7 stories high, tiny staircase painted blue. You would run ahead laughing and wait halfway for me too. Every evening smelled like coffee and cigarette smoke downstairs, but somehow climbing all those stairs always led me somewhere rare. Stairway to heaven was never gold or grand. It was your hand inside my hand in that old apartment land. Every tired step we climbed still echoes in my chest. Stairway to heaven was you at your best. We built little worlds together inside that tiny rented room. Late night noodles, borrowed blankets, and guitars slightly out of tune. Now someone else lives there probably, painting over what we knew. honestly, no fresh white walls could erase the proof of you. Maybe heaven isn't distant, maybe it's just moments that felt eternal. Stairway to heaven still rises in my soul. Every memory of you still leads me home. Soft nylon guitar fades, gentle female humming, night Indians. Tiny Polaroids upon the table, scattered underneath the lamp. Pictures of our summer evenings, holding hands beside the sand. Some are blurry, some are faded, corners bent from passing years. But every little frozen moment still brings your laughter near. Polaroid heart, keeping every memory alive. Little snapshots of a love that somehow survived. Even when the colors fade and time pulls us apart, you still live forever inside my Polaroid heart. Photo shows us in the rain, sharing coffee by the train. Another one beneath the fireworks, smiling like we'd never break. I still keep them in a shoebox, hidden underneath my bed, because throwing them away would feel like losing you again. Funny how photograph can stop a moment from dying, like proof that once upon a time we were shining. Polaroid heart, still beating through the years. Every picture softly glows through the tears. Oh, guitar across your lap, midnight wrapped around the street. You played softly on the porch while the summer air breathed slow. I leaned quietly against your shoulder, watching fireflies in the dark, never knowing that moment would become my favorite scar. The last song on your porch still echoes through my heart. keyboard still sounds like home, even though we fell apart. If I close my eyes at night, I can still hear your voice singing softly underneath the southern sky. You stopped halfway through the chorus, then smiled without a word, like maybe you already knew this would be the last one heard. The moon hung low above the rooftops, crickets fill the summer air, and honestly I would give anything to go back there. Some songs never really end, they just keep replaying in your head long after the music's gone. The last song on your porch still lingers in my soul, like the final scene of a movie I never wanted over. August rain again tonight, tapping softly on the roof. I still think about that summer more than I admit to. You wore your hair tied loosely with wildflowers in your hands, and somehow every careless moment felt perfectly planned. August rain again, still falling through my mind, like a season that disappeared before I realized you were never mine to keep. Still I loved you all the same. Now every August rainfall calls your name. We stayed awake till nearly sunrise, talking barefoot in the yard. You said love was temporary, like songs played in passing cars. I laughed like I understood you, but honestly I never did, because I would have stayed forever inside that summer with you. Some people become seasons, beautiful and impossible to hold. August rain again still lives beneath my skin, like a dream I wake from slowly, again and again. city. Tiny snow against the street. You wrapped your sweater around my shoulders while your hands searched for my heat. Streetlights glow through frozen silence like gold stars beneath the dark. And somehow your quiet kindness lit a fire inside my heart. Your sweater in winter still carries your perfume. Every thread still whispers low about the nights with you. Even when December fades and spring begins again, your sweater in winter still keeps me warm. We stayed inside all evening, watching old black and white films, sharing stories about heartbreak and all the places we had been. You fell asleep beside me while soft jazz played downstairs, and honestly, no dream I've had could ever compare. Maybe love is something simple, tiny moments people miss, like warm hands in winter silence and a quiet midnight kiss. Your sweater in winter still hangs beside my bed, like the ghost of something beautiful that never truly left. Tiny lanterns in the field, glowing softly after dark. You were dancing through the tall grass, barefoot with a reckless heart. Crickets singing in the distance, summer wind across your skin. And honestly, I thought that moment would never end. Lanterns in the field tonight, still burning in my mind, like little stars we try to follow before we lost the light. Even now I close my eyes and see your silhouette. Lanterns in the field, I can't forget. Whispered dreams into the midnight about escaping somewhere west, buying flowers at roadside markets, and finally getting rest. I wonder if you found that life now, or if the world changed you too, because part of me still waits inside that field with you. Some nights become legends inside your memory. Lanterns in the field tonight still flicker in my soul, like fireflies trapped forever in old folklore. There's a shoebox underneath my bed, filled with letters never read. Every page carries your name, and all the things I never said. I wrote about the nights I missed you, and how your laughter saved my soul. But fear has always been much louder than the truth I couldn't show. Letters I never had the courage to send still whisper through the years. Every folded page still trembles with unshed tears. Maybe if I'd been brave enough, you'd still be here instead. Letters I never had the courage to send. One says I still love your freckles, another says I miss your touch. One just says I saw your hometown and suddenly cried too much. The ink begins to fade with time, but the feelings never do, because some hearts stay unfinished long after losing you. Some confessions stay trapped forever inside drawers and quiet rooms, like flowers that never bloom. Letters I never had the courage to send still sleep beneath my bed, like tiny paper ghosts of everything unsaid. You loved me in autumn, when the trees were burning gold, when the evenings came earlier and the nights grew cold. We walked beneath the fallen leaves, hands buried in our coats, and somehow every tiny breath felt warm enough for hope. You love me in autumn, soft and temporary, like sunsets disappearing, too beautiful to keep. But even after all this time, your warmth still stays with me. You love me in autumn, and that changed everything. Coffee shops and rainy sidewalks, your laughter in the dark, still stitched inside my heart. You kiss me beneath streetlights while October winds blew slow. And honestly, I never thought I'd miss somebody this much. Maybe some loves are seasonal, but that doesn't make them less real. Some flowers only bloom briefly, yet change the whole field. You love me in autumn, and part of me stayed there. Underneath those amber leaves, still breathing your air. You made a paper moon one evening from an old cafe receipt, then placed it softly in my pocket with a smile so bittersweet. You said, keep this when you miss me, like a joke beneath your breath. But I kept it like a treasure after everything had left. Paper moon inside my coat still floats around my soul. Tiny, fragile little thing, yet stronger than gold. Every wrinkle, every fold still carries pieces of your love. Paper moon still shines enough. Years went by like passing trains, faces came and disappeared, but that little paper moon stayed hidden through the years. Sometimes late at night I hold it while the rain taps on the glass, and suddenly I hear your laughter drifting softly from the past. The smallest things can survive the longest time, like a paper moon still glowing after goodbye. Paper moon inside my hand still helps my heart understand. Some loves never truly fade, they simply change shade. Cheap hotel beside the station, room 27 down the hall. Tiny lamp beside the bed frame, casting shadows on the wall. Outside trains kept moving onward, like time refusing to slow down. But inside your sleepy laughter was the only sound. Hotel room 27 still lives inside my chest, where your tired eyes and gentle hands made loneliness disappear. Every wrinkle in those sheets still remembers you and me. Hotel room 27 still feels like home. Shirts while rain rolled down the glass, then fell asleep beside me like you trusted love at last. past. I stayed awake just watching your hair across the pillow light, and honestly I wished forever could stay that night. Funny how temporary places sometimes hold forever feelings, like love hiding quietly between passing trains. Hotel room 27 still glows in memory like a secret little